Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm your host, Buckning, and today we're going to go through some current events. We're going to go through the portfolio real quick and talk about maybe some things that I think people would start thinking, because even I started thinking this in this current market condition. But before we do, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This is where we put $100 a week into a tax-free savings account to build a dividend portfolio right in front of your eyes. And if you're not new, welcome back. So portfolio today closed out at $10,207.47, down $133.80, down 1.29% for the day. For the week, we're up $21.05, up 0.21% for the past week. For the 1 month, we are up $411.70, up 4.20%. For the 3 months, we are up $1,098.18, up 12.06%. For the 1 year, we are up $1,972.60, up 23.95%. And for the all, we are up a whopping $2,279.78, up 28.76%. And so that is the portfolio today. And yeah, we're just going to do like a little current events thing because there is a lot of news floating around. So as of today, or maybe it was yesterday, TD and I believe it was Royal Bank of Canada did hit all-time highs. These are two positions we do own in the portfolio here. So TD did hit, not TELUS. TD did hit an all-time high today, and I believe that doesn't even show, which is interesting. But TD hit an all-time high. I believe RBC, I think a couple weeks ago, BMO hit an all-time high as well, which is great because in this market where every single day it keeps going down, even big companies are seeing, you know, a downtrend in their share price. It's kind of refreshing to see some companies hitting 52-week highs, but it doesn't seem like it's lasting very long. I mean, look at that. TD is dropping back down for the past week. Like you can see that at this moment it's back down again, but not by much. And so with all the grim reaping that is happening within the market, there's always some good news, I guess. And there's always, with good news is bad news and bad news is good news. So that's probably some of the current events. But the biggest one that I want to talk about today is this deal, probably the biggest deal of the year, and that is including Microsoft and a company called Activision Blizzard. If you don't know what Activision Blizzard is, I'm sure everyone knows what Microsoft is. Activision Blizzard is a company that produced a game called World of Warcraft, also a popular title of Overwatch, StarCraft, and a few others. Hearthstone, which is a card game on that. But the biggest one, I'm sure everyone knows about this one, is Call of Duty. And so if you keep up with those games, which I'm sure some people do, very popular games, especially Call of Duty, World of Warcraft was a big story back in the day, and it still is. And Activision actually purchased Blizzard way back, and they kind of took over that company, and the company eventually became Activision Blizzard. And if you aren't up to current events on what's going on with that company, and believe it or not, these companies do pay a dividend. I know Activision Blizzard it is going through a lot of scandals right now, and it just doesn't seem to end for them. And I might be biased on this one, but every time Activision seems to go and buy these gaming companies, which they have over the years, it seems to just not have a good relationship with the companies they buy, and it's just not good at all. And the scandal that they're having within their workplace is definitely not good for their name. And I know a lot of people are up in arms with that, which I don't blame them to be. But the biggest thing is this is a $70 billion deal that is happening between Microsoft and Activision Blizzard, and especially in the gaming sector. But a $70 billion deal is a big deal. And for Microsoft to come in and buy this company, this is where the thought of other things come into play. And a lot of people are on buzzwords like meta, like NFTs, and so on and so forth, metaverse and crypto and all these other buzzwords that are going around in the marketplace. And they're just thinking, they're probably going down a rabbit hole where it's Microsoft is buying Activision Blizzard. That means they're investing in the metaverse. They are going to be creating their own. They're going to invest in developers to do this, and so on and so forth. And this is where speculation kind of just takes over, and you go down this rabbit hole and you start having really, really high hopes without looking at the numbers. And don't get me wrong, Microsoft is a massive, massive company, and they have the ability to probably do these things. However, don't let that be the only reason why you would invest in these companies, because it will hit mainstream news when this gets out to be a bigger story, because a $70 billion deal is not a small deal. This is something that will catch the eyes of regulators, of a lot of external parties that will want to look into this deal and make sure that there's not some conglomerate thing happening that is similar to when Apple, Facebook, Amazon, and Google had to testify in front of the Supreme Court. Microsoft was left out of that. And now that they're doing a deal like this, there's probably going to be a lot of eyes on this that want to investigate this to make sure it is legit. And so what do I see in something like this? I see a company like Microsoft that is established, that is very well run, a very well oiled company, going in and acquiring, or potentially acquiring, a company that is currently in the middle of a scandal and setting them straight. Because from my understanding in the structure of business, and it is important that this stuff is talked about, because there are shareholders, I'm sure, of these two companies. But why is this important is the business structure is that the CEO of Activision Blizzard will have to answer to somebody that is from Microsoft that will be running that division, or is in that Xbox family. Previously, Activision didn't have to answer anyone, but now they will have to answer to somebody in a position of power or a position of leadership when it comes to making decisions. Now, Microsoft is a very large company, and I think they can do a lot of good things for Activision Blizzard, because they've been focusing a lot on their subscription base, on a constant income for their company, a consistent subscription based kind of idea. If you can picture, like, they already have a lot of these applications in place, or streams of income. When you look at Microsoft Word, Excel, these are things that people just continue to use within their companies to build their business, and that there is an option to buy out the whole product, but they do have a subscription base. So now we live in a world where subscription based everything is everything. I mean, Netflix is a subscription, Spotify's a subscription. Heck, I think you can even get like an Uber subscription at this point, but there's a subscription pretty much for everything. And Microsoft is building that division. They're investing quite heavily in how do we create a recurring source of income, a recurring source of cash flow, because I do believe that this year is the year of cash flow, and they could eventually turn that company around. But they are also acquiring, now remember, they're also acquiring a company that has one of the biggest names out there, which is Call of Duty and World of Warcraft, which I don't think World of Warcraft is still the bigger, but I'm sure a lot of gamers would know more than I. But the other thing is that now this is in competition with another company that we are very familiar with, which is Sony, because there's always a battle between Xbox and Sony, and it's just it keeps on going. And so, is this deal going to go through? I don't know, but I know that it'll have to go through regulators. It probably won't happen until next year. They're probably just in the works of the talks going on right now. It takes some time to put a deal in place, to put a merger in place for something like that. But what I really wanted to talk about was if you're new to investing, or you're hearing this news and you're still not realizing what is going on in the marketplace, something like this can definitely lead you down a rabbit hole of speculation, and that could really hurt your portfolio, because it's not set in stone yet, and it's definitely not something that could happen. It's still in the works. It's still in the talks, because I know in the deal, somewhere in the deal, that if something happens where this merger doesn't happen, or this, I believe Microsoft will be paying $3 billion cash to Activision Blizzard because the deal couldn't go through due to any irregulars or anything like that. And so that is pretty much the current news that I really want to talk about. But other than that, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your due diligence. And what I mean by that is really go do your research. And so if you did enjoy the video, leave a like, maybe leave a subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. So thanks for watching. Bye.